See what your new rappers, how they got y'all dressing? What happened to white tees and normal? You
Lil Baby just snapped on Jayda Waiter after she dropped some serious hints confirming the very rumor he's been dodging, an alleged secret affair. For the first time, people are starting to see why they really broke up, and it's causing a storm online. What was once brushed off as whispers is now turning into wild accusations about him doing things for money, and fans are shook. The timing couldn't be worse, because the second Jayda cracked that door open, Slim Thug kicked it wide with so-called receipts. Now Lil Baby can't seem to escape, as Slim Thug recently slipped up and exposed the one secret people claim he's been hiding for years. They started calling Lil Baby a sugar baby, and he hasn't been able to shake it off. Even with the talk about him being on the DL, Slim didn't even bother going down that road. He dropped a whole bomb instead. He flat out said Lil Baby isn't the man people think he is, and he connected it all to a supposed secret with music mogul Michael Rubin. The internet went crazy. And if you watch closely, you can literally catch the exact second Slim let it fly about Lil Baby. Accident or not, the way he grinned after spilling it made it look like he'd been waiting for that moment forever. Of course, Lil Baby couldn't just stay quiet about this. He's been lashing out nonstop, snapping about people who don't know how to stay in their lane, and warning that if he ever runs into Slim Thug, it won't just be a war of words. It's gonna get real. Now the big question floating around is, has Lil Baby been faking his whole street tough image this entire time? Because if what Slim is saying is true, then Michael Rubin might actually be the hidden reason behind Lil Baby's rise, and suddenly those sugar daddy rumors that have been circling for years don't sound so far-fetched anymore.
The James Harden memes.
Like what? Like I don't play certain type games.
Yeah.
So even when I see certain it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I just say it.
See the comedy.
Push up on me with it. You know what I'm saying? See how that go.
Everybody knows Lil Baby usually shrugs off internet gossip, but Slim's video clearly hit a nerve. The second it hit the timeline, it felt like Lil Baby's worst secrets were being dragged out in broad daylight. Judging from his reaction, he totally lost it. And if the saying "hit dogs holler" is true, then he's got some explaining to do. He even rushed onto his IG stories and dropped a shady cryptic post. People love to talk tough until it gets real. Then what? Within minutes, that cryptic post was gone, like it never even existed. But the blogs and gossip pages were faster, already snatching screenshots and blasting them everywhere. Even though Lil Baby didn't drop names, the message was loud enough to have everybody whispering. Some fans acted confused about who it was aimed at, but anyone paying attention already knew what time it was. The timing lined up too perfectly. Every finger pointed straight at Slim Thug.
We ain't going for it. We stand in our era. We going with the G. We work on cars. You know what I'm saying? We change all. We do all the real man shit. You feel me? We ain't influenced by nothing else.
Once that connection was made, the internet turned detective mode on. Fans started combing through Slim's feed, Lil Baby's feed, every video, every comment, hunting for shade and hidden clues. That's when the puzzle came together. Slim had been low-key sending shots for a while, and now Lil Baby was finally letting it be known. He'd had enough. But in case you're wondering why Slim Thug even came for Lil Baby in the first place, here's where it all started.
Drunk, you're gonna get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting a drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hugs are coming tonight.
What up, Mike? Get up off me, dog.
Not too long ago, during a live performance, Lil Baby popped out in an outfit that had the crowd doing double takes. He hit the stage in a tiny tank top, short shorts, and a pink belt showing off his thighs. Straight up hoochie daddy vibes. For Slim, that look sealed the deal in his mind. To him, it was the confirmation he needed that Lil Baby was out here playing into the image of a sugar baby for powerful men like Michael Rubin. And if you've seen the clip, you know exactly what had people talking. Lil Baby styled up in that fit, had social media clowning, speculating, and even flat out claiming things that fueled the fire even more. People online started clowning Lil Baby, even pointing at the way he walked, saying it looked different. And for Slim, that was all the ammo he needed. The very next move he made was hopping online and unloading on Lil Baby, claiming this is what's wrong with hip-hop today. Slim's face said it all. You could see the disappointment in his tight jaw, locked eyebrows, and that cold expression. He didn't hold back, straight up calling Lil Baby soft for the way he dressed, and you could practically feel his frustration dripping through the screen.
Dressing. Do you see what your new rappers, how they got y'all dressing? What happened to white tees and normal? You girls. You is all the way girls, man. Following y'all favorite rappers. D-Ray Davis, my brother. Yeah, man.
But Slim didn't stop there. He wasn't just aiming at Lil Baby. He dragged Young Jock into the mix too. Out of nowhere, he threw shots at him for a fit he wore recently on stage, a cropped sweater showing off his stomach while he was still performing. Slim made it clear he had smoke for anybody he thought was pushing the fashion too far. It's wild, yeah. Crop tops ain't for everybody. But Slim made it super clear this wasn't just about fashion. He treated it like proof that Lil Baby was hiding a bigger truth. By this point, fans were already digging for more. And the very next thing they pulled up had people looking at Slim like maybe he wasn't reaching after all. Instantly, the spotlight went back to that one controversial photo of Michael Rubin and Lil Baby looking practically glued to each other. The body language, the smiles, the angles, it suddenly didn't feel like just another random group shot. To some people, it looked like they were low-key stepping out in public, only nobody caught it until Slim Thug called it out.
Hey, man, that shit in the flu in my era. I'ma just say that, man. You know what I'm saying? You better put your towel tee on or something, man. Before y'all be doing all this other, y'all turning all the way to girls. What the, like, even the girls know it. The girls look at y'all like girls. You is weird, bro. Like, I don't know what happened. It's crazy.
And right on cue, 50 Cent jumped in the mix, reposting the pic with a caption basically saying, "What the F is going on here?" That one move from 50 sent the internet into overdrive. Fire spread fast. Within hours, timelines were flooded with wild theories, non-stop jokes, and so-called receipts fans had been keeping tucked away for years. People started digging even deeper, pulling out old screenshots and whispers that had been floating around forever. Claims that Michael Rubin and Lil Baby's bond didn't just stay in the music studios, but allegedly spilled over into something way more personal.
Sure, in a world of tattoos, you don't have any.
That was really my only reason, like, from being younger, like, I don't want no tattoo. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older.
Yes, sir.
With my money, and I don't want to be like a thug. Like, even though, like, I'm almost a thug, I was a thug.
Yeah.
I don't want to be no thug. You feel? I don't want people to look at me like I'm a thug. Right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want. People with tattoos, and to me, you look like a thug.
Damn. Everybody like this now, then.
Suddenly, that one single photo turned into Exhibit A. From that moment on, every single selfie with Rubin wasn't seen as just another flick. It was treated like possible evidence. Fans swore they had finally cracked the code, and the internet couldn't let it go. But before we even get into unpacking all those so-called receipts, we need to talk about who this alleged sugar daddy really is. Because Michael Rubin ain't just some random background figure in the music industry. His name carries serious weight. He's a heavyweight with enough reach to make or break careers. Most people know Michael Rubin as a big music exec, but his name has popped up in some of the industry's shadiest circles, especially ones tied to powerful men moving behind the scenes. He's even been linked to those infamous all-white parties, the same kind D's been known for hosting. And that alone should tell you everything about the level of influence he's got. But lately, all the whispers have circled around one thing.
I was just gonna say,
Like,
I was just about to say.
bruh, I don't play with period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no funny weird. You feel me? I'm dapping Kuzman up. And Mike happy to see me. He run up on me.
Right.
I got 10 other pictures. We down there. We start down there. Bam, I'm telling his ass, Mike, I slam your neck. I break your neck in his. But we play like that. They white, so they don't really understand how I understand. Like, even when the picture came out before it went viral.
His closeness with Lil Baby. Whether it's photos, those all-white mansion parties, private trips, or courtside seats at NBA games, Rubin is always there. Sometimes he's in the background, sometimes he's right next to Lil Baby, but no matter what, he's always present, like a shadow hanging over Baby's every move. And it doesn't just stop at luxury perks or billionaire connections either. This bond is what's fueling the biggest rumors out there right now. A lot of fans are now convinced Michael Rubin has been quietly shaping Lil Baby's whole image. They point to the sudden shifts in how Baby's been carrying himself these past few months. And let's just say, it doesn't look random at all. It screams Rubin's influence. That's why Slim Thug's allegations set the internet on fire, because according to him, all those little details don't just look suspicious. They tear the mask off and expose who's really calling the shots in Baby's career. And back at that performance clip, the short shorts weren't the only thing people zoomed in on. Fans quickly caught another detail, a massive new tattoo running down Lil Baby's legs. One on each thigh, boldly reading, 90s Baby.
Picture came out. I literally made Mike Rubin go to his security camera in his house, go to the footage and get the whole time, but I just never, I ain't even gonna post that shit on the internet. Right. I'm just like,
right.
You feel?
The internet instantly ran with it, questioning the meaning behind it and tying it right back to the rumors already swirling. Now, on most rappers, a tattoo like that wouldn't raise too many eyebrows, but on Lil Baby, it set off alarms instantly. And before you ask why, here's the thing. For years, he built his whole image around not having a single tattoo on his body. He even explained in an interview that he stayed away from ink because he felt tattoos would make him look ghetto and hurt his image once he moved past rap into other business ventures. So why would someone who was so firm on that stance suddenly flip the script and not just get one tattoo, but ink up both thighs with 90s Baby, plus another running down his left leg that reads CBFW? Fans couldn't stop questioning what changed and who might have influenced the switch. The contradiction was way too loud to ignore. Once that clip started spreading, fans were screen grabbing every single frame and flooding socials with wild captions. Theories spiraled quick. People even called the tattoos a kind of branding, a literal mark tying him to Michael Rubin as his alleged boy toy. And that's when Lil Baby seemed to realize that silence wasn't going to save him anymore. So he tried to flip the script by shutting the rumors down himself.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He gave me $40,000. So Lil Baby had slid in my DMs. He asked me if I was in Miami, and I told him, yeah. He texted me, told me to pull up, and the first time we linked up was weird. He kept touching me. Like, I get it. You know, you got a lot of people that's just a setup situation. But it was just weird because
But instead of cooling things off, his words just poured more gas on the fire. Suddenly, nobody was just talking about the tattoos. They started digging into his love life, and what they uncovered made the ink look like child's play. At first, Lil Baby brushed off all the Rubin talk completely. He even downplayed that viral photo of the two of them, claiming there was nothing suspicious about it at all, just a little playful wrestling moment that happened to get caught on camera. He doubled down on Lil Yachty's podcast, even claiming he had security footage that would prove his side of the story. But here's the catch. He never released it. And online, that only made him look worse. Because to the internet, saying you've got receipts but never showing them might as well be the same as admitting guilt. That's when his own baby mama, Jayda, stepped in and dropped a bombshell. She revealed the real reason she left Lil Baby, saying she tried to hold the relationship together but finally walked away when he showed her his true colors. She didn't spill heavy details, but the way she worded it gave people more than enough to start connecting the dots. Her words set off a whole new wave of speculation, with fans convinced those true colors had everything to do with the rumors already flooding the internet. What Jayda was hinting at wasn't about him cheating with other women. It was about Lil Baby's alleged ties to Michael Rubin.
He kept touching me, and he was just rubbing me. Like it got to the point where I felt like, okay, is he like trying to figure out if I'm a woman or a man? And then after that, it was fascinating, honestly.
But it got even messier because the whispers only grew louder when Instagram model Teresa Levy sat down for a podcast and spilled her own tea about a night she claimed she spent with Lil Baby. According to her, the way he moved during their hookup left her convinced he might not be fully straight, hinting he was leaning more on the bi side. That one story lit up the internet, and fans couldn't stop saying, "Oh, snap, this just got real." She didn't even have to spell it out. The little hints she dropped were enough to spark another wave of conversations. But what came next is what really cranked the sugar daddy whispers into full-blown suspicion. Here's where it gets tricky. People had already been side-eyeing Michael Rubin's role in Lil Baby's life, but the real tipping point came from Lil Baby's own gambling story. Yes, he admitted to blowing over $9 million in just 2 days on a wild gambling binge. And when it looked like things were spiraling out of control, guess who stepped in to clean up the mess? None other than Michael Rubin. According to Lil Baby himself, Rubin personally called up casinos and had him banned so he couldn't place bets anymore. Fans saw that and immediately started questioning. Why would a so-called business associate go that far unless there was way more to the story? On the surface, it looked like a caring friend stepping up. But once all the other so-called receipts started circulating, it felt less like concern and more like a boss protecting his investment. To fans, it looked like Michael Rubin was making sure Lil Baby didn't wreck the image he'd carefully built for him. The comparisons came quick. People started lining it up with the infamous Clive Davis situation. And if you know, you know, because that story spiraled out of control, and now folks are saying Lil Baby might be walking down the same dangerous path. The real question is, who's really pulling the strings here? Meanwhile, Slim Thug ain't slowing down one bit. He's still all over social media throwing subs, rocking his little beard, and keeping the pressure on Lil Baby nonstop. Slim kept reposting old clips and practically dared Lil Baby to call him out by name. But here's the confusing part. After all the threats, all the cryptic posts, Lil Baby just vanished. And in this game, silence never means peace. It usually means one of two things. Either you're cooking up a major play, or you've completely run out of moves. Fans think he realized the cat was already out the bag, and now the only real question left is, what's Lil Baby really protecting? Is he trying to save his brand, or is he covering for Michael Rubin? Because if Slim Thug drops just one more bombshell, this whole thing could flip from whispers to a full-blown career-ending scandal. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out the next video. It only gets crazier from here.